Hey everyone, Dave here. Today I want to go through what the Neo project template does and how to work without it. So when you create a new Neo project from the plugin that gets installed here, it'll create you a C# project and it will add in the packages.config, just that one little line. And it also does a little bit of stuff here with the project file to give it an action after things are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unload the project in Visual Studio. I am going to edit it. And so this will open up the MS project, or MS build script, not MS project. And it's towards the bottom here, is that it includes this neo convert task.dll. And after the build, it will do this convert task here. So it will say start neo contract converter this, right? So the target path. And then it will actually execute that. So all that does is runs neon.exe with your DLL name after it here. And that's why it has to be in your path statement, because this convert task does not know where neon.exe is. You could probably put neon, like the compiler, into your bin output folder, and I bet you it would work, but that's a lot of a pain in the butt. So the reason I don't like this is because now we've got one global compiler, and if we want to use a different compiler for different projects, maybe we're trying to test something out, maybe we're using some advanced feature that's maybe not live yet on the public network. For instance, right now I think the NEP8 feature is not live on the public network, but we may want to develop against it in this project, but not in another one. And the other thing is, when we get to using the Neo debugger tool, it has its own compiler that generates some intermediate stuff that maps the AVM file to your source code. So we want to flip back and forth and do that. So what I want to do here is I'm going to actually create a whole new project. And instead of a Neo contract, I'm just going to go with a class library. There it is. And we're going to put this into demos slash smart contract, or actually kill that and just name it So we only have to do a couple little steps here and the first one is to add a newget package here. We're going to browse for Neo, if I spell that right. It's a little slow. neo.smartcontract.framework, the latest version. So that is adding here, and then we're just going to go back into our original class here. And we'll inherit from smart contract. We'll add a main method because that's always the entry point. And there we go. The next thing we have to do is pull up our path here to our Neon compiler we want to use. And we're just going to go to this project's properties here. You can go to build events. And then I believe it's just target path. And this should be neon.exe target path. And now we'll see if that works. It's my first time running through this one, so we'll see if I remembered that variable right. What is going on here? Can't find entry point. Oh, it has to be static. Now we'll do a build and see what we get. Ta-da! And if we go look at that folder, oops, not Neo compiler. I call that one demos. I did. We can see here in the bin folder that we will have an AVM file. So that's how I like to develop, just so I can change which compiler I'm using here. This becomes especially useful when using the Neo debugger. So, any questions or thoughts on that? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks, everyone.